Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we're at Office Blokes.
We are
Office
indeed.
Bloke Mike is going to tell you the name of our Patreon page.
Yeah, go to patreon.com and put Office Blokes React. If you want to support the channel, then go down there and check it out.
Yep, boom, just like that.
Yes.
And Office Bloke Daz on Instagram is going to tell you all about our two other channels.
Thank you, Office Bloke Dave on Instagram.
That's all right, no worries.
We've got Office Blokes Try, where we try shit. And we've got Office Blokes Podcast, where we do podcast shit.
Yep, and coming soon on Office Blokes Podcast, we will give him some shitty advice as well.
We'll try.
Office Blokes Confidential.
I'll say we'll try. I don't we'll have to try to give shitty advice.
No, that's true.
Standard.
So we want viewer submissions. Email us officeblokespodcast@gmail.com or send us videos, audios, social media. You know how to get in touch. Just go for it.
Do it.
Send us your problems in your personal life or embarrassing issues, anything like that. We're going to have a laugh. It's meant for a bit of fun.
At your expense.
At your expense.
Yeah,
so be aware
absolutely.
of that before you send some stuff in. We're going to take the piss. It's going to be a bit of fun. That's all it is. Trying to put smiles on faces, aren't
That's
we?
what we're going to try and do.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Right. So I don't know if you heard, but this weekend they're alleging the biggest boxing match in history. Was it for eyeballs and
Yeah.
no?
I don't think that's it, no.
Or was it revenue?
Not sure, but...
There was pay-per-view.
No, potentially, if they were talking about potential fights being this big for pay-per-view, I don't think this beats the record.
1.3 million paper was it, or 100?
I'd be nowhere near
Is it?
Tyson,
Right, okay.
people like Mike Tyson and things like when you're talking boxing.
There was some stat.
maybe I've missed it, but it's I can't see these two sort of like take. I can see Jake Paul and Logan Paul, if they fought each other, breaking records. That's what they spoke about.
I think for on some metric, it was the biggest fight for some reason.
Probably on Saturday night.
That night.
that particular time.
In that particular venue.
In that ring.
But yeah, I mean, pay-per-view, apparently, it turned over ridiculous sums of money.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's the way the world's turning. It's my son's a big YouTube watcher, and he knows who all Jake Paul is, and Logan Paul, and KSI, and people like this. I don't, they're just names to me. If you show me a picture of Jake Paul, what he looked like, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Same here. So who basically are they, these guys?
Right. I mean, I don't follow this side of things too much myself, but I know Jake Paul is the blonde one.
Yep.
With the shorts on, in case you need verification. And he's an absolutely massive YouTuber.
Right.
He's also got a really big podcast. I think it may be the biggest podcast in the world.
Is he American, is he?
He's American, and this is his second or third professional fight.
Right,
I think it might be.
I think it's his third, because I think he fought KSI.
Was it him or it might have been his brother that fought KSI.
Right.
Because I think from what I gather from people talking about Jake Paul, he's pretty legit, but he's good amateur level.
Right.
Yeah.
But because of who he is, he's kind of, getting all the eyeballs.
So his brother's doing it as well, is he?
I think his brother just did it with KSI over a beef.
Okay.
I don't, because KSI's not a boxer, so I think that was literally they had some sort of beef, and then
He's not singing either.
He's not a rapper, is he? No.
It's basically just using this as like a platform,
I think they're using everything they've done before as the platform. I think Jake Paul is legit. Apparently, he's trained the past 3 years to be a professional boxer.
Right,
I think that is his goal now.
Yeah.
I knew one of them. My son's watched one of them. My son's a boxer, and he said that he's legit. He's decent. He looks decent.
Yeah,
but if you come up against a real boxer, like he's spouting about, fighting like Eubank Jr., for example,
right?
You reckon
he'd be in trouble?
Yeah.
Be a different.
That's what I've heard people say. He's got legit skills. He's training hard. He's a good boxer, but the difference between him as a good amateur fighting a pro boxer, like a legit
Chris Eubank Jr., for example.
Yeah, 'cause you have to look at who he's boxing against, I suppose, don't you? He might look really, really good, but I mean, I've not seen it yet, but you have to look at the opposition, don't you? See what sort of level they're at as well.
I know that Ben Askren is like MMA.
Yeah, he's not a boxer.
Wrestling and stuff.
So he's sort of got that background load.
He's a fighter, but he's not a
boxer.
Apparently, he's not a boxer, and the weak side of his mixed martial arts was stand-up, throwing punches.
Right,
apparently, he's not good at it.
Yeah,
but who knows? Let's get into it, because I haven't watched this. I didn't watch it on Saturday night.
It'd be interesting.
I know the result, but I've not watched it. So we'll get into it. So Jake Paul, Ben Askren.
Evening, 8 rounds of boxing in the cruiserweight division. And this is sanctioned by the Georgia State Athletic Commission and sponsored by DraftKings. Commission
Pretty good shape,
Executive
Jake
Director
Paul, isn't he?
Matt
He does,
Woodruff. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring: Ed Canner, Nola Oliver, and Richard Sells. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Brian Stutz. And now the officials are in place and they are ready.
Do you think they were all wearing body cams for the live stream?
Yeah,
I'd imagine so, yeah.
So from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia, to the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
He just blew smoke in his face, didn't you see that? Are people smoking weed in there, do you think?
Well, Snoop Dogg was there.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and white and weighing in officially at 191 pounds.
Doesn't really look like his arse, does he?
He's a two-time Big Ten champion in wrestling.
Not too bothered, does he?
Two-time NCAA champion in wrestling. A 2008 Wrestling U.S. Olympian, and as a world-famous mixed martial artist has a record of 19 victories with only 2 defeats. From Heartland, Wisconsin, USA, Funky Ben Askew.
Askew.
And across the ring, his opponent.
Come on, Buffer. Get it right, son.
Wearing yellow and black and officially weighing in at
I can't believe that any professional MMA fighter wouldn't have a stand-up game. Like, wouldn't be able to box to a to an all right level.
But we've seen some of
surely.
the takedowns we've been watching with the UFC.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was combat wrestling as opposed to going out and punching and kicking.
But
I think it's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you know
Absolutely,
you can't stand up and box someone in the ring, and
Why
your
are you having
opponent
this fight?
knows that, then he's doing it for money obviously.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, during his professional MMA career, you know you're a shit boxer. What are you going to be doing? Shit boxing.
But maybe part of his, repartee. Maybe, well, yeah.
Moving on swiftly.
191 and 1/2 pounds. His professional record.
Big guy as well, isn't he?
2 fights, 2 victories.
I'm about 220
2
pounds.
wins
Yeah.
by
91.
knockout from the Buckeye State of Ohio, but now living, training, and fighting out of Miami, Florida, USA.
Yeah, 2-0, so
The
it's his third.
undefeated digital superstar Jake, the Problem Child Paul.
There's just not a lot of hype there, is there? I suppose there's no crowd because of COVID.
Yeah, that's it.
Hands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. These are good. These are a little high, but they're all right. Let's have a clean one. Touch it
Got
up.
rugby ears, hasn't he?
Go.
It's got the nose for it as well, hasn't it?
Paul looking to remain undefeated. Funky Ben Askren making his pro boxing debut. Ray Flores, Snoop Dogg, Mario Lopez, Al Bernstein, Pete Davidson, Crime Faces. Gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts. Here we go.
About to
Let's
come.
go.
Oh,
It's
gonna
about
come
to go
solo.
down. Waste no time and get to it and do it.
Here we go.
You ain't got time to fill out nothing. You ain't filling out no applications. Ain't nobody hiring, so we ain't filling out no applications.
Ben
This
got
is not a fill out.
that. Ben got that Vince Vaughn body.
He has the body. He has the body like history teacher.
A nice overhead right.
Got the body of a history teacher.
But
Built like a bag of milk.
country strength.
He can hear you, for fuck's sake. You sat right next to the
does
ring.
have deceptive power. The Hall of Fame trainer himself, he did say that Ben Askren, if he fights the right fight, can defeat Jake Paul.
Freddie Roach was complimentary of his work ethic and the fact that he did everything he asked. And you know what?
There you
Already,
go.
Ben
Yeah, strong.
Askren's
Let's
on
go,
the
Ben.
inside.
He's trying to wrestle already.
Yeah, he's trying to get inside. He's strong.
That's what he needs to do to be victorious.
I don't know tons about boxing, but I do know that just hanging out your left hand, like that, in someone's face, you're leaving yourself wide open, aren't you? That's what Ben Askren was just doing. He's walking at him like that.
You can do, yeah. I mean, sometimes you do it to
Depends
try
how
and
quick
keep people away,
Depends how
don't
quick
they?
you can jab with
But
that.
I don't think he can jab very
Depends how
quick
quick you
looking
can-
at his.
Give it straight back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs to fight him like a wrestler. Get inside, muscle him out, tire him down,
And control the fight.
and control the fight.
I hope they start kissing. You think they'll start kissing? That's what I'm here for. Oh, okay.
What Jake Paul did predict before 2 rounds are done, he's going to put away Ben Askren.
Ben out there fighting like a 1940s fighter with that old ass style.
Yeah.
He going to change that style. Look, that's that,
okay. Come on,
old
Ben.
ass.
Jake Paul being a lot more disciplined than I thought.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the style
Jake.
the fighters used to use in the 1930s. He going to change that shit up.
Oh, there's a left hook on the top of the head by Paul.
Bang.
Shit,
Shot
dude.
to the
Body
body.
shot to them ribs. Bang. Right to the motherfucking
Dude,
head.
these are fucking bad boys.
This is how commentary
That's what you
should be,
call
innit?
a commentary.
Hey,
Yeah.
This is how all sports commentary should be.
Snoop
Press-
Dogg needs
press
to
the
be
ri-
there
yeah.
at times, doesn't he?
Press the red button for Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
It's in the motherfucking head.
See, this like TV is kind of becoming outdated, and this is the new way. Why can't you watch the United game, and it'll be like, you know, you
Give the
two
options.
sat there saying, kick the motherfucking ball.
You don't want to listen to us two.
No.
Can you imagine? It just blew all the way, wasn't it?
He is. Jake, get out. I try
Jake's
to tell
a
you.
bad
You
boy.
think I'm going to put $2 million on a motherfucking goofball?
Jake Paul sparred with former world champion Jean Pascal.
Throwing some bombs, though, isn't he?
He is a bit.
Get my motherfucking money,
Fuck
Jake.
out of here. Is that it?
Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Get me my motherfucking money, Jake. Finish him.
Yo, this dude
Finish
is-
him. Finish him. Finish him. Finish him.
What a
What?
run! And this one is over. Jake Paul has finished up.
Jake,
Sorry, but if I paid money for that, I'd be pretty upset, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
give me my money. Give me my $2 million. $2 million motherfucking dollars, nigga. $2 million, cuz on the set. On the set.
Yo, this
$2
dude
million.
is
Who's getting 2 million?
Snoop Dogg by the sounds of it. It's a lot of weed, that.
It looked like Jake Paul's crying then as well. You know, I will say Jake Paul looks like he knows how to box.
No, he doesn't.
He was throwing to.
Yeah.
No, for I'm not into boxing, but some of those digs look like they were knockout punches to me. If you don't know how to defend yourself,
You put him in.
Yeah.
You put him in someone like, let's say, a super middleweight like Chris Eubank Jr.
I'm
Right.
not saying against proper legit
Yeah, that's
guy, but
legit. Against a legit guy, he wouldn't have connected once there.
No,
he probably would have been down.
He'd be on his back in 30
He'd have gone down
seconds,
with body
wouldn't he?
shots in the first few
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah, he was too wide open. But he's when he swings a bomb over the top. If you're putting a bomb over the top, if someone comes in on a rib dig like that,
Yeah.
you know about it straight away.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it coming a mile
It'll
off
take
and all,
the wind
couldn't you?
right out of it.
You
Yeah,
know,
big
it'd do
time.
it like massively quick punches,
No,
where they
slow.
a bit more sort of like haymakers a bit, weren't
Yeah,
they, really?
yeah.
You know
Fair
that-
play to him for trying and
Yeah,
having a
of
go,
course it
but,
is.
you know.
that seems to me like Ben Askren was getting paid no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
So it was like he caught me with one that was all right, so I'm going to lie down and
Yeah.
I'm going to wobble about
Yeah.
a bit.
I think if that was a world champion. Yeah, go on, sorry.
I was going to say, I think he was genuinely hurt there, and I think he was wobbling on his feet. His knees were giving way. So he's had his bell rang.
Oh yeah, it was a dig. It was
But it's not,
definitely
is,
a
it enough
dig.
to, is it enough to knock a professional fighter out? Don't know. Good luck to the guy, Jake Paul, if he wants to go into the big leagues with the big fighters. But you've got to start fighting someone good. Then if
Yeah,
that's the
well,
case.
yeah, of course, yeah.
I think what I've heard people say with this is what he's doing is getting the like the basketball player out the way, now the wrestler out the way, and in his mind he is going to be fighting. He's talked about Mayweather coming out of retirement.
Mayweather's like
for him.
80. Fight someone now.
But Mayweather is actually a legit,
Mayweather-
even
Mayweather
retired, is a legit
Yeah.
boxer.
Oh, of course he is.
Put him
Yeah.
in the ring with Mike Tyson.
You know what the
If you
other
want to go
talk
with
is?
that level.
Yeah.
The other thing I heard was Conor McGregor against Jake Paul boxing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be no contest, that one, to be fair.
But Conor McGregor's not a boxer, although he fought
Yeah, but
Mayweather,
he did well against Mayweather.
And
he
he's
did
200. What was he? 220.
190.
190, I think.
And what's Conor McGregor?
A
What's
lot
he
less.
about 62?
Yeah,
62
he is a lot
pounds.
less, isn't he? Yeah.
But that's what there's going to be a lot of technicalities. It's going to be like, I'll fight that guy who's good at boxing that's half my size, or
I think Conor McGregor, though, when he fought, he was good technically, though. I think he was a good boxer. I think his technique and style I thought it was pretty good.
It'd be better than that guy.
It'd be better than that, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Be better than that Askew guy.
Yeah.
I know, ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, in the
I mean,
chest.
Conor McGregor
Wow.
is still fighting fit, though, isn't he, as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah,
Like Ben
of course.
Askren there, I don't know what his shape was like when he was a pro wrestler. Doesn't look like he's been training hard for it.
I mean, to be fair, all boxers, when they do start out professional, they all fight a few bums, don't they? First, half dozen, 8 fights.
I don't think that's professional, is it? Is that professional?
No,
That's
all I'm saying is
professional. That's professional, yeah.
if he wants to be a professional, I mean, they do fight a few bums, don't they? They have a few walkovers, don't they?
Yeah, so
they
about 11.
They pick people that they know they're going to probably beat them.
There's politics in boxing,
A few
isn't there, where
journeymen.
they do that with
yeah,
people.
of course.
Yeah, it'd be
But they need to
interesting
build
see.
that up, you see, don't they? They need to build up the fights that they have, and they build them up gradually, and they put them in a few, let's say, a few journeymen, just to make sure that they win.
It's all about profile.
Could you
Absolutely it is.
could you take Jake Paul
Yeah.
down, do you think?
Same weight as well. Bit my weight.
Ooh, so if you're watching
There you
Jake
go.
Paul, you only have
Get
to
on
put
it.
a couple of million on the line and you can fight off a split Daz. You'll literally sell 10 pay-per-view tickets.
Maybe 11. I'll get Tyson Fury to train us. You know what I mean?
I went to boxing. I sort of trained for about 2 months. something like that. So I class that as I was unfit at the time. I used to smoke.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as training. All that did was show me how hard it is to train to be a boxer.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's one of the hardest sports.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I see someone going 12 rounds, and I'm just like, man,
They're so super fit. It's absolutely
big time.
To get your
Yeah.
fitness levels up like that, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, the guys are so fit, really are, these professionals. It's just a different ball game.
I'd fight Jake Paul for $500,000 though.
What, 500,000 what rubles?
$500,000 quid. If you want to do it.
Anything.
Just give me 6 months to actually get in shape.
so you can breathe.
Yeah, because otherwise, in fact, no, I'd just get knocked out. You know, I'd throw a couple of bombs at him, get
You'd
knocked
be knackered
out.
on the walk at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good, it
it's
is
good.
good. Is that the future? Is that the future?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the way it's going with online media is definitely going to... We're talking about the Super League in football before, and it's... You talk away the way the TV companies are going and the way social media is going. Social media is going to dominate everything in the world in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And there'll be no regular... Well, there will be regular TV, but it'll be shit.
It's already going that way, but it's what I was saying to you guys off air is, you know, do we end up with a YouTuber football league? You know, and it's not inconceivable after watching that, and people are getting pissed off and disenfranchised with the mainstream football teams, and then suddenly you've got KSI's team playing against another insert YouTuber's team, and, you know, does that get more eyeballs? Does it make more in pay-per-view than...
Yeah, well, you never know.
It's not inconceivable to think that could happen in the future.
Not at all. Anything's possible.
That's our idea, if it is.
Yeah.
It's on there now.
Definitely.
But yeah, hope you guys like that too. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Hit the bell as hard as you want. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.